So here's Laredo, Texas's road to the Senior League World Series. Laredo American Little League, they defeated Texas East, which was from Victoria, Texas, the team that actually represented the Southwest last year, on the road to coming to Easley. And leading off is the man of the hour, Bradley Runyon. He might have been the best player in the 2025 tournament. He's back for 2026, and the first pitch is on the outer edge for strike one. So we're underway for another great day of baseball. Runyon is the headliner for an Easley team that has an automatic bid to the tournament. 16 years of age, he's the leadoff hitter, he is the pitcher. He's sort of your do-it-all player and can definitely make an impact early. The 0-2 is spoiled foul. Javier Vieira, the starting pitcher, talked to the head coach of this Texas team, Daniel Becerra. He said he's got a great fastball and curveball combo. This is high with the heat. Ball and 2 strikes.
Now, do you think his favorite celebrity is Will Smith, the baseball player, or Will Smith, the actor? It's just a key question. We'll figure it out.
1-2, breaking ball rolled over to first. Back first baseman Ramirez to retire Runyon. A 4-2 at his start for this Texas defense, which from left to right will go like this. Gonzalez, Labra, and Alvarez in the outfield. Carrizales at third, Ramirez at first, Elizondo at short, Zapata at second, and Vargas catching. Here's your Easley, South Carolina lineup. You just saw Bradley Runyon. He's followed by Angel Vargas, William Addison, Whitman, Johnson, and Livingston in the 4 through 6 spots in the order, with Noah Hughes, Tripp Garrett, and Kealan Blackwell rounding out the order for the host team.
So far, Vieira doing a really good job of filling up the strike zone. Fastball and a good breaking ball. He's throwing both for strikes.
George Turman, the manager of this Easley team, said it was the most difficult year in terms of making decisions on the 16 young men he'd bring to the tournament. Easley has the luxury of assembling their team based on local talent in the area. There's Coach Turman, who led them to a U.S. championship last year. Vargas takes low to work the count full at 3-2. So the advantage is you get to bring in the players that you want via a tryout. The downside is you don't have those months of chemistry being built up like these other teams do, and Vargas will draw a walk. I mean, how important is that team chemistry in comparison to building what is essentially an all-star team?
Right, they're building exactly an all-star team from the best talent in the area, which is a luxury, but also you're just pulling from this area of Easley and the neighboring cities. Although most of these kids are probably playing against each other, you know, on a high school basis, a summer team basis. So everybody probably knows each other pretty well. It's probably a lot of fun for these guys, knowing that they have the opportunity to come here every year because they're the home team. That's a lot of fun. And last year they had a great showing. You could tell from the start of the tournament that they were very talented and had a good chance to win it.
Ball and no strikes to William Addison. Vargas starts then stops at first, and a good breaking ball gets a swing and miss. Addison, one of 3 returning players for Easley in 2026. Bradley Runyon, who grounded out to lead off the inning, and Tripp Garrett, who will bat 8th. As Vargas takes off to second, the throw is going to skip into center field. Good recovery by Labra, the center fielder, to force Angel Vargas to stay put at second. That's been sort of the case so far in this tournament. Walks have turned into doubles pretty quickly.
Absolutely. Good job by Labra to come in there and make sure he's behind as they send the base runner back to first. We're going to have to get an explanation, but it was a good job by Labra to come in and make sure that Vargas was unable to get to third base We'll have to check and see the reason they're sending him back.
So it seems like everybody's okay with the decision. George Turman not too frustrated. There must have been some stipulation with the motion to second. Two balls and a strike with one on and one out. Addison, the easily backstop. A lot of room on the right side to play with. And that's roped into left and down for a base hit. Addison found a pitch that worked its way over the middle. Now two are aboard with only one out.
Nice swing by Addison, a returner for Easley. We're going to watch the side view. Really good job of staying all the way through that baseball. Bat was in the zone for a long time. And that stolen base that could have been, might have scored a run with that. Unfortunately, they send him back to first base, and it's first and second.
Gonzalez, the left fielder for Texas, playing extremely deep. It's nearly at the warning track, so pull side ground ball might be enough to bring home the game's first run. It's Landon Robertson. He's the designated hitter at 14 years of age. This is hit on a line to third. Nice catch over at third by Carrizales. The throw to second just late as Angel Vargas scampers back to the bag.
Excellent job right here by Carrizales at third base. It was a breaking ball and it was hammered to left, and a great reaction right off the bat. Good first step. Nabs that liner before it gets out into left field. Excellent job by Carrizales. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning.
Logan Johnson, another 14-year-old. So, in a team that was so difficult to assemble 16 players, your cleanup hitter and your number 5 hitter are both 14 years of age. What do you think that says about their talent level?
I think it says that they're very good, or that they graduated a lot of good players from last year. And it did seem like last year they had some 16-year-olds that were clearly some solid players in this area, and that's part of the reason they had such a deep run. We'll see how they do this year with some younger talent.
Javier Vieira's 1-1. Slider breaks well outside. 2 balls and a strike. Johnson at the plate is cousins with the man on first base, William Addison.
And his nickname's Jake.
Good pitch. See the Texas crowd pumping up energy. Runners go. Ground ball to third. Carrizales will throw across the diamond to first. It pulls the first baseman off the back. Everybody's safe. And Angel Vargas never stopped running. Easily scores the game's first run. It's 1-0.
Yeah, the throw by Carrizales takes Ramirez towards home plate, down the line, and off the bag, allowing Vargas, who did a really good job of never stopping. That was a slowly hit baseball, so he saw the play unfolding in front of him and was able to take advantage. As soon as Carrizales threw that ball to first base, he took off for home plate. A wonderful job by him, and it's 1-0 easily.
So Easley gets a break. And the lefty Livingston hammers this out to deep right. Alvarez back. It's over his head. Addison scores. Robertson's getting waved home. The relay throw is well in time to cut down Logan Johnson at the plate. But an RBI double makes it 2-0. And Easley's offense has an early lead after their first half inning at the plate. So we'll get to see Texas come up to the plate and try to answer 2 runs in the top of the first. When we come, the event moved to the Palmetto State in 2017. They came awfully close last year, and the man on the mound, a big reason why.
He was very good last year, both on the mound and at the plate. So it's no surprise they will go with him on the mound for their first game. We've talked a little bit about how important it is to get out 1-0 in this tournament. You lose the first game, you really get behind the 8 ball, and it's tough to come out of that loser's bracket and win the championship. So Bradley Runyon will be tasked with setting the Southwest bats down, and we're looking forward to watching this battle. It looked like Easley wouldn't score in the top of the first inning, but all of a sudden, a couple hits with 2 outs, and next thing you know, they are up 2-0. Great start for them offensively. Let's see how the Southwest responds.
So Alejandro Labra will lead things off against Bradley Runyon. His first pitch is a fastball right down the middle, strike number 1. One thing you've seen so far in this game, these 2 starting pitchers, they're going to come after you. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Seen a fastball and a slider from Runyon so far. He's going to keep this lineup in check. Take a look at Cesar Ramirez. He's one of the players that the manager, Daniel Becerra, spotlighted as there's a fly ball hit out to right. It's a fair ball, and he got it. What a play by Angel Vargas. Full extension grab.
What a play by Angel Vargas is right. This ball was looped into right field. It was ticketed for a hit and potentially 2, and a great jump by Vargas. You see it, and then he gets all the way over there, just gets underneath that one. That's an incredible play. We saw a lot of great plays last year. That one was at the top of the list for this year. Great start for Easley's defense.
And a tough break for Texas, who find themselves down by 2 runs. Fernando Zapata Jr., the second baseman. Foul one away, 0-2. It's a really strong Texas team. Went 4-1 in the regional tournament. They dethroned last year's Southwest Division champions. From Northeast Little League in Victoria, Texas. Ball and 2 strikes. That's hit on the ground to first. Easy enough play. Made by Noah Hughes for the second out.
Now batting for the Southwest Region team, the left fielder, number 7, Eric Gonzalez.
So the first lefty to come up against Bradley Runyon is Eric Gonzalez. He turns on the first pitch, pops it up foul and out of play. That's a good looking swing right there, Gordon.
He looked like when he got to the plate, definitely he's shaking. He knew what to do. He was shaking the umpire's hand, gave the catcher Addison a little dap, and he looks very professional up there.
Good grip. Looks like Runyon wants the fastball. Might be adjusting in the glove, and he was. Slipped on his delivery. That's a factor. Last night, tireless work by the grounds crew here at Greg Powell Field, just trying to keep the dirt dry. I can't even tell you how many bags of quick dry were used trying to get this game in last night. So being able to plant on that foot, going to be something to pay attention to.
Yeah, you'll have to see who is slipping where, because there are some wet spots on this field.
3-1, Runyon slips again. There's ball 4. So a 2-out walk will bring up the cleanup hitter, Cesar Ramirez. Let's see if Texas will put Gonzalez in motion.
Let's also see if Texas will answer that 2 spot in the top of the first by Easley. Easley did it with 2 outs as well, so we'll have to see if there's a response from the Southwest. A big hitter here in Ramirez.
Breaking ball, cut on and missed. Went down and in, and Ramirez wanted to hit that over the Greg Powell field sign in left center.
Don't do that, my car's out there.
It's not a rental, is it?
It is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Did you get the insurance?
No. That's why I parked in deep left center.
Well, that's your own fault.
That's correct. He's okay to hit one. He's just got to pull it past the ESPN sign in left field. How's that sound?
320 down the left and right field lines, 380 to center. Near major league dimensions in the outfield. Oh, and 2 the pitch. Swing and a miss. Bradley Runyon retires Cesar Ramirez and preserves the 2-0 lead. Through 1. The first pitch goes behind Noah Hughes. Look out, just a bit inside. 1-0.
We saw a pretty good tournament too. He comes back as one of the returners on this Easley team, and as you said, it's a young team.
That's been a good pitch for him. His misses have been really small so far in his start, but by and large, he's around the strike zone.
Yeah, so far the quality's been good on both sides.
Ground ball to third. Carrizales gathers his throw to first, is in plenty of time for the first out of the inning. Good adjustment from Carrizales. If you remember, he had that throw over to first that was ruled a fielder's choice play that pulled Ramirez off the bag and allowed the game's first run to score.
And I think that's just as much on Vargas. You're going to throw the ball up the line, but good hustle by Vargas on Easley, and because of that, that's why they got that first run and then subsequently tacked on another.
So Tripp Garrett, the 15-year-old, will hit with the bases empty. Vieira is continuing to spin some more against Easley's lower portion of the order. I feel like that's a way that this game has changed. When I was growing up, you didn't see breaking stuff all that much at this age group. 1-2 pitch is in the dirt. Now in this at-bat, all we have seen are sliders and curveballs. Time that you remember seeing good breaking stuff, and what was the feeling like at that age?
Yeah, I would say it was more around this age, right? 13, 14 years old, and then you got some 16-year-olds pumping some really good breaking stuff out there with some change-ups and mixing in a lot of different pitches. Generally at the lower level, it's a 2-pitch mix, and then as you get a little bit older, you might work in a third.
Little pop into center, a base hit. Tripp Garrett covered that pitch. Got the barrel out and floated it into center for a 1-out single.
Nice swing by the shortstop, Garrett, able to float that ball out to center. You see, he was a little bit fooled by it, but he kept his hands back, and because he did, he's able to serve that ball into center field. A wonderful job by him. And also, if you think about Vieira kind of getting into a little bit of a pattern, leaning on that breaking pitch, if you just know that breaking pitches are coming, you can more or less sit on that pitch, and that's looks like what Tripp Garrett did.
Kealan Blackwell shows bunt. Pulls back in enough time, 1-0. That just shows how advanced these players are. The ability to keep your hands back is difficult even at the major league level with some of these pitchers that have multi-pitch mixes.
But and it is a good breaking ball, but the one thing, if you fall in love with one pitch, it's easy to sit on that. And so if you can show him the Blackwell a fastball now with one strike and throw a fastball for a strike, then all of a sudden you can come back with that breaking ball and really mix it up. But if you rely on one pitch, ultimately the offense is going to figure that out.
Blackwell sticking with the bunt play. Carizales charging in from third. We'll see what he gets here. He'll swing away and foul it back. So now you're out of opportunities to lay down a bunt unless you really want to be aggressive.
Wet field. I mean, at the end of the day, if you can put down a bunt with this wet turf, it's always going to be tough to throw you out at first.
The 2-2 outside corner, called strike 3. So Vieira picks up his first strikeout, paints the black, and retires Kealan Blackwell.
Another breaking pitch, out and away from Blackwell, able to get the call down and away, and a great job by Vargas behind the plate to frame that and show the umpire a really quality pitch and a quality frame.
So back to the top of the order with Bradley Runyon. He really wants you to try and pitch him inside so he can turn on the baseball.
I think it's fun to look at these guys that we saw from last year come back, because Bradley looks like he's grown a couple of inches, and definitely not the young 15-year-old he was last year.
He and Sebastian Cruz were the best two players in the 2025 tournament. They faced off against each other in the World Championship game. Runyon again hits a pull side ground ball to the first base side, but it goes foul to even up the count at 2-2.
And Easley was in control of that championship game the majority of that matchup, but Puerto Rico just too much. Right at the last second, able to score a couple of runs and go up on Easley, who looked like they were going to head to the title.
Vieira's 2-2 pitch to Runyon. Smoke to right. Alvarez charging in. It's going to drop in front of him for a base hit. And Easley's going to have him set up on first and third. Bradley Runyon finds his first hit of the tournament. Angel Vargas will have a chance to add on to the 2-0 lead.
Yeah, we saw that a lot last year. We're going to look at it again. I really thought this ball might be caught out in right field, but it looked like Alvarez did not get a good look at it and felt like it would have been too dangerous to go and dive for it. As you see, Tripp Garrett first to third. Easley's got something cooking again. 2 outs here in the top of the second.
Right side wide open for Vargas. We'll see if Runyon takes off with the pitch. Vargas fouls it away. We did get confirmation from our wonderful statistician, stage manager, work mom, Karen Blackman. Vargas was sent back to first because of umpire interference. There goes Runyon. The throw goes to second. They don't send the runner. Runyon is able to get around the tag. He's safe. Looked like there might have been some miscommunication. The second baseman, Zapata, came in trying to cut the base. As we get another look at this missed tag at second, which ended up being a costly mistake for Texas.
And the only thing I would say there is for Zapata is to get there a little bit sooner. If you're there a little bit sooner, you don't have as much movement and you can catch that ball and go straight to the tag. Sometimes when you're a little bit late, your feet kind of get out of position, and like he did there, he caught the ball 2 feet in front of the bag versus near the bag. If he catches it near the bag, it's an out.
0-2 to Addison. Vargas a huge lead off first. He scurries back to the bag. But what I was saying earlier, Gordon, the reason why so many runs were scored between Czechia and Canada, the walks.
Yeah, tons of walks. It was a little bit of a sloppy matchup, unfortunately. A lot of walks and a lot of errors by the Czechia team really led to their demise.
And with Easley, you throw them too many balls, they'll make you pay. You throw them too many strikes, they'll make you pay. So difficult situation to navigate for Vieira and this Texas squad. Ball and 2 strikes with 1 on and 2 outs. Angel Vargas standing on first. He drove home 2 more runs in the top of the 2nd inning. Vieira's pitch on. Two balls and a strike. Wave and a miss. Evens the count up at 2-2. Nobody on, 1 out. It's 4-0. Easily leading Texas. And Runyon again comes home. Ground ball, third. Diving try by Whitman. It's by him into left. So Carizales with a 1-out single has Texas's first hit of the game.
Well, this is why I was surprised that Whitman had not moved back yet. See how close he is to the third base bag and towards the grass in the infield. It's 2 strikes. Back up. Give yourself some room to make a play, and just too far in. And because of that, it's a base hit for the Southwest and Carizales, who's already had a pretty solid game, made some good plays at third base and a base hit.
Carlos Alvarez Jr. is plunked by a pitch. He gets hit on the hand, and I think George Turman might argue maybe he showed bunt and didn't pull back. That didn't feel good. Let's see where this gets him.
Well, I think that's what Bradley Runyon's looking at the bench talking about. We're going to see a look. Hard to tell from that, but clearly gets Vargas on the hand.
And what makes it difficult in looking at that review is that he pulled the right hand off the top of the bat. So the barrel stays in the zone, but it's not like he fully pulled back. I don't think there's going to be a review on this play. Yeah, that doesn't feel good.
Yeah, it doesn't. We've seen this a few times. Runyon has lost the feel a little bit of the ball, and it's also kind of a wet day, a lot of moisture in the air, and he's definitely missed a couple up and in to righties.
Back-to-back hitters with smaller frames. Carlos Alvarez Jr., now Anthony Vargas. Makes the zone a little bit smaller. Sometimes when you're struggling with command, you'd rather see a bigger, taller hitter. So you have more of the strike zone to go to work against. Bunt try late. Rolls foul. 1-1. 2 aboard, 1 out in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Easily leading Texas 4-0. Inning began with a first pitch fly out to center, then a single, then a hit by pitch. Whole lot of room on the left side. Shows bunt again. Runyon hits him again. So back-to-back hit by pitches, and all of a sudden the tying run's at the plate.
Another one of those sliders that gets away from Runyon. I've said this a few times. A couple of those pitches, he's losing the grip, and obviously it's a wet day, but he's missed up and in a few times, and it's hurt him in this inning as Southwest has the bases loaded. Only 1 out right now, and the pitcher, Vieira, coming to the plate with a chance to help his own cause.
Pretty interesting seeing Runyon going away from that fastball pretty much all inning. And he was getting ahead in counts, he was attacking, he was controlling the strike zone.
Yeah, we talk a lot about it. You got to be able to throw the fastball for strikes. And if you can win with the fastball, it opens up all your secondary pitches. As you get to the big leagues, generally you'll have, as a starter, you'll have those 3 pitches. At this level, generally you've got a fastball and a slider, or a fastball and a changeup, and you have kind of your go-to pitches, and you don't go outside of that box. But right now, Runyon, I think, has to get back on that fastball, locating it, and giving himself a good chance for a double play.
Once upon a time, a young 11-year-old Stephen Carey in the district semifinal threw a 14 strikeout shutout using only a fastball and a changeup. Not a brag, just a fact.
You know, I think I heard you talk about that last year. It must have been one of the few times that you actually did well in Little League.
There's a line drive hit into left. It'll hang up. The catch made by Livingston, and no further advance. The ball just kept carrying, and instead of a run, Runyon gets a much-needed second out.
And you can tell the Southwest coach is a little frustrated. The pinch runner comes in and does not tag up. Livingston out there in left field, a good job to get behind that ball, catch it, and then make a strong throw home. No opportunity to score with the runner, the pinch runner on third base, drifting off, not able to tag up. But it's one of those moments where one run's not going to get you back into this. You don't want to run into an out at home plate as well. So now they've got the top of the lineup and Labra back up. Let's see if they can make these hit by pitches hurt.
That almost hurt. Nowhere to put Labra, who flew out to right field on a great catch by Angel Vargas. Pops one up, but it'll spill into the seats. 1-1, bases loaded, 2 out. Golden opportunity for Texas to cut into this Easley lead. One, down and away. Again, it's been the breaking ball has caused Runyon the most trouble this inning. He's hit 2 batters with that pitch alone. 2-1. Line drive and a foul ball. Home plate umpire Dave Miller was all over that. Rick Zwanenberg, the third base umpire, didn't have a clear look at it. So good reaction by the man at home.
What a swing right here. Chance to score 3 and just foul. Smoke down the left field line.
2 balls and 2 strikes. What does Runyon go with here? He tries the curveball again. So all the runners will be off with the pitch. Payoff coming to Labra. The 3-2. Hit in the air to center. Blackwell drifts over and makes the catch. Runyon's fired up. He gets out of a bases loaded jam. Texas comes up empty, and as we head to the third, it's 4-0. The host team leads in their home ballpark.
And 2 runs come in on that. It's 4-0 right now easily. They are in firm control, and they're back up to the plate.
You know, Easley's motivated to not only win the United States Championship again, but go the distance in 26. Credit to Javier Vieira. To no fault of his own, he's been throwing strikes. Easley's just been hitting them. 4, 5, and 6 due up as Landon Robertson takes ball 1. Special talent of his via the questionnaires that we get before this wonderful event as he grounds out to second. Throw to first in plenty of time. The first out. Robertson can put his foot behind his head. So that's...
He's a contortionist?
That he is. Now spell it.
I think I could get there.
We learned it.
We're not gonna go down that road.
We learned it at Georgia.
That's right.
Logan Johnson.
Spell it out. I mean, you could sound it out.
I don't know that you can.
Well, nonetheless, it's an incredible feat that he's able to be that flexible.
It is.
Flexibility goes, Stefan, as you get older.
That it does. Some of us never had it. There's strike 2 to Logan Johnson. Johnson grounded into that fielder's choice play that led to the game's first run. Ball and 2 strikes, nobody on, 1 out. Texas looking for their first clean inning of the game. Easley has scored a pair of runs in each of their first 2 innings of offense. Even count the pitch. Up the middle. Backhanded on a knee by Zapata. His throw to first is a beauty. And that's a great play up the middle by Texas to retire the 5th place hitter for Easley.
Wonderful play by Zapata. Great first step to his right. You can see there's a great angle by our crew. And you see how he gets to the spot. He gets to a knee, backhands that ball, and fires a strike to first base. Excellent job.
One thing I loved about his positioning, Gordon, you know this better than anyone, getting his body behind the baseball and not giving it room to sneak through.
That's right. Wonderful job.
Driven to center and caught by Labra. A painless 3rd inning of work for Texas and Javier Vieira. They're down by 4 and need some runs. Let's see if they can get them when we come back.
Oh, and it was a good one. If I'm him, I'm leaning on that fastball. Had a really good feel, had some life and zip, and it opens up the other pitches for Runyon, but I like him leaning on that versus going to the changeup or curveball.
Well, and Gordon, last inning for Texas, they loaded the bases with 1 out, had nothing to show for it, but then came out and put up a 0. So that's got to affect the confidence, thinking, okay, we can hang with these guys. The 0-2 pitch is smoked down the right field line. Almost got the light fixture in foul territory. That's got to be one of the hardest hit balls we've seen all tournament.
Yeah, if he straightens that one out, there's going to be some issues with the fence out in right field. But a good job by him. This is an opportunity. As you said, there's some momentum on the southwest side.
You can see why Gonzalez is hitting 3rd for this team. Smooth swing. Fights off pitches on the corners. Nothing in 2. Another throw over to first. At the major league level, we call those disengagements. Oh, 0-2 pitch, breaking ball gets Gonzalez, and there's your 2nd strikeout from Bradley Runyon.
Yeah, Runyon's looked really good this inning, even though giving up that first pitch single, but he threw everything at Gonzalez. He threw a good fastball, changeup, and then came back with that breaking pitch over the middle of the plate, but gets the swing and miss, and Runyon gets his first out of the bottom of the 3rd.
Ramirez shows bunt, and everybody in the building was surprised. Ramirez, at that frame, just trying to get on base. Runner on first, 1 out, 0-1 count. And he pulls this down the 3rd base side, 0-2. I want to give a huge shout out to our wonderful production crew. They've been working tirelessly through the rain and through what has been quite a day and a half already of work. For them, much longer in setting everything up. Our graphics were down. They worked very quickly to get them back up, and just a huge shout out to them after a big lightning storm last night. Pretty much put everything offline. 0-2 yanked outside. Throw back behind the runner, skips into right field. So Zapata is going to move into second on a throwing error by Addison. And Texas will take the break. Have a runner in scoring position with only one out, and the middle of your order at the dish.
Yeah, a lot going on with this one. The ball in the dirt, and then a little too far off was Zapata, but Addison tries to catch him napping, and in doing so throws the ball into right field, allowing Zapata to get to second base. Runner in scoring position here for Ramirez.
Playing the big righty to pull. They are daring him to hit it to the opposite field.
Well, as we talked about last time, the third baseman for Easley, Whitman, still very much close to the grass at third base. He's giving himself no room, no range to be able to go left and right. I'd like him backing up and give himself an opportunity to stop a baseball from going to the outfield and save a run.
Vargas shallow and right. Zapata stands on second. He'd represent the first run for Texas should he streak across to score. Runyon's 2-2. And he got him. He started to find the command on his breaking pitches. Strikeout with the curveball to Gonzalez, then hits the slider to Cesar Ramirez for the second out.
Pretty good sequence. He was throwing the ball in, that fastball in, and then goes away with the breaking pitch. Here's the look. And it's perfect. Strike the ball in the outside corner, and that's what you get swing and misses for. Really quality pitch by Runyon for his third strikeout of the game.
Rodrigo Elizondo at the plate. Inside move, throw over to second is not all that eventful. Zapata gets back in safely. He's got a huge lead off the second base bag.
Tell you what, this Southwest team, they take some hacks, and I like it. A fastball by Runyon right there, but fouled straight back by Elizondo. They have some really nice looking swings. They just haven't been able to connect a few times in an inning to push base runner for Easley.
Base runners have turned into runs more often than not for the team in blue. Trip Garrett singled back in the second inning. Ended up scoring the game's third run. Shows bunt again, gets it down, back to the pitcher. Vieira has one play to first. His throw in time, but the sacrifice works to move Hughes into scoring position with only one out.
Center fielder, Kealan Blackwell.
Interested to see what they do with Kealan Blackwell. Let him swing away. He couldn't hold up the swing on the slider, 0-1. He showed bunt his last time up with one out and a runner on first. Now with the runner on second, looks like they're going to let him swing the bat. And he's done it twice, 0-2. Blackwell's favorite food? Cajun chicken pasta. I could go for some Cajun chicken pasta.
I don't know
what
about,
is it, 10 a.m.?
I think it's a little too spicy for me, too early.
And 3 straight sliders retires the number 9 hitter for Easley. Beautiful pitch sequence by Javier Vieira, 2 away. Well, you can't deal with a little bit of spice?
I don't like a whole lot of heat in my food. I'm pretty soft. Here's another look. Breaking pitch just catches the top left quadrant as we're looking at it from the pitcher's point of view, and a good pitch by Vieira. And it brings up Runyon. He has an opportunity to put South Carolina up a little bit more.
One thing we're seeing from Vieira, though, that first pitch, again, the breaking ball. When he's throwing it for strikes, he falls in love with it, and it got him into a little bit of trouble in the first inning. Nothing in one. Runner on second, 2 away. That's 1 and 2. Runyon found his first hit of the tournament back in the second inning, a single to right. They're playing him very deep. Vieira's 1-2 is on the outside corner, a called strike 3. Runyon didn't like it, but the side is retired. It's 4-0. Texas playing better ball in the last 2 innings.
Stand that.
Too much. It's especially in the South in the summer.
Come on.
But Bradley says his dream is to be an MLB broadcaster. I think he's got a chance, if he keeps playing the way that he is, to be an analyst, which means he's played in the league.
That's right.
And then ends up in the booth, which is what everybody wants to do.
That's the dream job, right? Well, Chip Carey, an absolute legend. Called a lot of my games when I played for Atlanta, and I've actually worked with him since, so it's been fun. I've worked with pretty much a lot of the Careys now. I've worked with your dad and you, and I've worked near your brother, not with him.
That breaking ball just snaps back into the zone 1-2. Where am I in the clubhouse? Am I the leader in the clubhouse?
You're at the top of the list right now.
I love it. This is fantastic. See, Alvarez thinks a little bit bigger. His celebrity he'd like to meet is Jimmy Fallon. People are really intrigued by the media personalities. Fallon's probably a little bit funnier than my dad.
I don't know. Your dad's he's got a lot of quips.
And perfectly coiffed hair, if we're going with QU
the Careys
words.
all have that, that's for sure.
Outside corner, another strikeout for Runyon. Well, that'll make Chip proud, his 4th strikeout of the game. Gets the leadoff hitter in the 4th.
Another one of those breakers. And he's thrown a lot of this to the right-handed batters right on the edge of the plate away. He's been able to spot that breaking ball where they can't do a lot of damage with it, which is one of the reasons it's been so effective.
So 1 away, and Carlos Alvarez Jr. duck out of the way of a fastball up and in. That was chin music. Alvarez has a superstition. He puts his right sock on before any other article of clothing. Ground ball left side, deep in the hole and short. Garrett can't get it. It's into left. It's going to be a tough play with the speedy runner Alvarez moving up the first base line. But a 1-out base runner sets up Texas.
Well, at a completely nasty hop, too. Trip Garrett almost got his head taken off with this one. It's going to be a hit. And a good job to get down the line by Alvarez. That was going to, like you said, probably not going to be an out at first base either way, but good thing that Trip Garrett was able to move his head at the last second, because that would not have felt good.
This is the part of the order that Runyon has struggled with. Alvarez is off with the first pitch. Throw down to second is going to bounce up and into center field. Good backup by Garrett, the shortstop, to keep that from getting to Blackwell in center. Throw is on target and probably on time, but took a high hop over the second baseman's glove.
Yeah, it took a real high hop. Tough pick by the second baseman right there. No chance. Good backup by Trip Garrett. And it looks like the Southwest is going to start to force some issues, right? They've got this speed. Might as well make the defense work to get you out. And that's a stolen base for Alvarez.
Corner infielders pinch in. Runyon will miss low with a fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. Fly ball pretty well hit to left. Livingston drifts back, camps underneath. Runner's gonna tag. Alvarez into third. The throw is dropped by Whitman. So an aggressive tag by Alvarez from second moves him into third with 2 outs.
Well, I thought it was so ill-advised to try to make this tag and advance to third base, and he was out by a mile. Unfortunately, Whitman unable to handle the throw, and because of that, here we're going to get a great look at this. He's just unable to handle that throw. He looks at, he just wanted to put the tag on before the ball got to him, and because of that, he misses it. And Southwest still in business here.
In defense of some of these players, we've seen some bad hops. That's a product of the infield getting wet the way that it did last night. Changeup by Runyon gets a swing and miss. 0-2. It's been a treat to call this game. The 0-2 pitch, up and in.
Potentially a purpose pitch, right? A little top up and in, and then now all of a sudden you might go down and away with that breaking pitch that Runyon has been having such good control with.
And he did. Too far outside. Favorite celebrities, Will Smith, who is a legend. Vieira trying to have a legendary moment himself. Getting Texas on the board is his only objective. Two. Hit to left. Livingston on the run and makes the play again. Runyon, for 3 straight innings, has had runners in scoring position. He's yet to allow a run through 4. We're on to the 5th from Easley, who lead 4-0. On ESPN's coverage of the Senior League Baseball World Series. It was a game that started with some offense in the first 2 innings, but has really settled down, and the story's been great pitching on both sides.
It really has, yeah. Early runs for Easley before Vieira, the pitcher for Southwest, could get settled in. And ever since the first 2 innings, it's been a lot of goose eggs on the scoreboard. Some really good pitching by both sides.
Angel Vargas, who drove home a pair in the second with an opposite field single, leads things off. It's quickly ahead in the count, 2-0. Angel is a competitive esports player. Gordon, do you dabble in video gaming?
I used to when I had time.
Ground ball to short. Nice play by Elizondo. His throw is high and off the bag, and Vargas is clutching his right hamstring.
Never a good sign. Running hard down the line, made it hard for Elizondo to make the play. He did a pretty good job to catch the ball, but getting it over there, he had to rush because Vargas is running so hard. He doesn't feel good.
You do have the luxury of a special pinch runner in this level. Normally in the more advanced stages of baseball, once you remove a runner from the game, they're out of the game completely. With a special pinch runner, they can remain in the game. Looks like they're finally making that decision. George Turman, the manager of this squad, will have his pick of who's going to come off the bench. Vargas has had a heck of a day. Great catch in right, has reached base all 3 times. He's been up, one via a walk, one via a hit that drove home 2 runs, and then an error on the shortstop Elizondo.
Now back to catcher William Addison.
So Sawyer Luce is the pinch runner at first. How important is it for Easley to add on here? Up by 4 runs in the 5th inning.
Yeah, I think it's super important because they put up those runs early. They're in clear control of this game, but Southwest has had some momentum the last few innings, and if you keep them around long enough, they're going to punch one across the line as this ball's hammered foul. Pretty good feat by the pitcher Vieira, and a close play at first.
Wasn't even that big of a lead by Luce, and Vieira made it close. 1-2. William Addison, one of the returners from last year's team. Found out something pretty interesting about him. His favorite book, The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. Ground ball hit right back to the mound. Vieira goes to second, and he's going to have to apply a tag at short. Elizondo was pulled off the bag. So a very heads-up play by the shortstop to tag Luce instead of throwing over to first.
And Vieira's not going to like this because it hit right off his leg. It definitely hurt him. Doesn't make the best throw, so a smart play by Zapata to make sure he applies the tag onto the pinch runner and gets an out. That's what you want. You're not always going to get 2 when on a potential double play, so if you're able to get that 1 out, especially the lead runner, that's a big win at this level.
But I want to unpack that a little bit about William Addison, The Notebook.
Yeah, he's a tender soul.
Sensitive young man. Look, everybody needs love. I think that's, in our world, really important.
So have you read the book?
I haven't.
Have you watched the film?
I have. It was a real tearjerker.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. High breaking ball, foul tipped into the glove of Vargas, and 2 are dispatched in the top of the 5th inning.
You got to like the way that Vieira is going at it. Just gets a ball off of his shin. Can't be feeling good, and still finds a way to strike the 4-hole hitter Whitman out.
Much like in The Notebook, Robertson was trying to find the 1, and that one wasn't it.
He's second baseman Logan Jensen.
Johnson grounded into a fielder's choice play and grounded out to second. Now he rips one into left over Carrizales' glove for a 2-out single. Good piece of hitting there by the 14-year-old. Puts another runner in scoring position for Easley.
Easley definitely has an opportunity right here, like we were talking about earlier, to extend this lead, and if you do, it would be very tough for the Southwest the way that the defense and the pitching has been so far today for Easley to come back. But there is a pitch count for Runyon, right? At some point, he's going to have to leave the ball game.
Take a peek at Vieira's pitch count. He's already at the 85 pitch mark. 86, well outside. Really important for Texas to keep this at a 4-run game. They've shown some flashes of coming back the last few innings. Haven't been able to scratch one across. Ground ball to first. It stays low. Ramirez stays with it. And he wins the race to the bag. So Vieira, 3 consecutive scoreless innings. He's keeping his team in it. It's up to the offense now, down by 4.
In as long as you can, right? Obviously, if he goes over that 75 pitch mark, he's going to be burned for 4 days. So there's a good chance you might see him get pulled right before that, especially if he can have a quick inning.
A swing and a miss from Alejandro Labra. He has 2 flyouts, 1 to right, 1 to center. Runyon has kept this Texas team in check. Just 3 hits. Worked out of a bases loaded jam in the second. This is pulled down the line and fair. Labra will take a big turnaround first and slam on the brakes. The throw goes into right. Labra's running to second. He's safe. So what probably could have been a double, with the throw coming in the way that it was, looks like it's going to be a single and an E7.
Yeah, pretty good job by Livingston to get to that ball. You thought it might be a double off the bat, but then he did such a good job of getting to it and throwing it in. The only problem is he airmails the second baseman, and because of that, gives Labra an opportunity to get to that second base. Southwest continuing to have that momentum, getting some runners on against Runyon.
They're going to play small ball. Zapata shows bunt. He pushes it back toward us, 0-1. I'm a big fan of laying down bunts and playing small ball, but you're down by 4. Runyon's pitch count elevated. I think the main objective has to be getting him out of this game.
Getting him out of the game and also getting base runners. So if he thinks that he can bunt his way on, then that's a positive, and they're going to continue going. But to your point, they're giving away outs.
And they're going to say the runner's safe at first. Hughes put his foot on the wrong bag.
I'm not sure. They're probably going to take a look at this one because it sure looked like I thought that they were going to tag. I thought Hughes was going to tag the base runner, but he turns and throws it, and I mean, he steps on the bag. There's a big bag. It's white and orange, and he doesn't miss it. So I've got to imagine they're going to take a look at this.
Regardless, it'll be a successful sacrifice if this is challenged and then overturned, which from that angle looks like it will be. But
the question is, if he tags the orange bag, is that considered the white bag at this level? Like, is any bag considered first base?
Well, I know for the runners, the base runners, you have to run through the orange bag. So I believe that the orange bag is reserved specifically for the runners.
It sure looks like he tags the white part of that bag right there. So
that
even if it is color-coded, it does seem like he hits the bag. I don't know what the delay is, but I think you should challenge the coach Freesley.
And it looks like they will challenge and go to a replay review. We're going to get some more looks at this play. Again, I agree with you, Gordon. I'm surprised Hughes just didn't tag the runner.
Yeah, the runner right here, when Hughes gets the ball, just go tag the runner. That way, anytime you have an opportunity to tag a runner and not have to throw the ball and assume a catch and a tag of the bag, that's exactly how you want to do that. That's the easy way to get it out and know that you're not going to mess that up. Obviously, at this level, there's things that can happen, but if Hughes is able to just go over and tag him, it's a much easier out, and we're not in this position where he was called safe at first. Now we're going to go to replay and see if that is overturned. as we think it will be, because he clearly tags a portion of that first base bag.
I wonder if part of the rule is if any part of his foot touches the orange bag, if the runner's automatically safe, because there's that clear lane that the runner gets. That's the whole reason for having the orange bag at first, to avoid collisions. But it appeared that Johnson, the second baseman, got his foot down on the white. Either way, a very productive plate appearance for Fernando Zapata Jr. You get one run back, you still have 2 more outs to play with in the inning, and then 6 more outs on offense in the game. And the runner's safe. Must have gotten more of that orange bag than the white one.
Now batting for the Southwest Region team, pinch hitter, number 3, Diego Martinez.
So runners are on the corners with nobody out, and Texas catches a break. If Noah Hughes applies that tag on Zapata Jr., it's just a sacrifice. We have a pinch hitter coming in. Runner going. Throw is not going to be thrown to second. Diego Martinez, who's a special pinch runner just a few innings ago, is now pinch hitting. So 2 in scoring position. Ground ball left side. Diving play. Garrett has no play to first. An RBI single for the pinch hitter, Diego Martinez.
Well, we talked about leaving Southwest in this game and not extending that lead if you are Easley. And it is starting to unwind a little bit for Easley right here. 1 run is in and smacked by the pinch hitter. A wonderful job by him, and it's still first and third. Nobody is out. And 1 run is in.
Interesting to see on that play. Whitman was ready to be the cutoff man from left because it was in the hole at short. But Garrett might have had a play ahead of the runner at third if Whitman was covering. And once again, Texas off and running. Martinez in safely, the second stolen base of the inning. And 2 are in scoring position for the big power hitter, Cesar Ramirez. He's struck out twice today. Can feel the energy shifting. .72 pitches for Runyon and climbing. He's worked out of jams in each of the last 3 innings. Texas has finally pushed one across in the 5th. Fly ball hit to center. Blackwell gathers, catches, the throw comes home. It's on the money, but bobbled by the catcher Addison, he's safe.
A really strong throw by Blackwell in center field, but unable to handle the relay was Addison. Nice job to get the ball up in the air to center, but watch this throw. I mean, an absolute hose. And it skips off that ground, with that wet ground, it just skips and didn't really bounce up at all. I think Addison expected a little bit of a bounce and didn't get it. And it is 2-4. South Carolina still in the lead, but Texas is really storming back, and it looks like they're going to have a conversation with Runyon or potentially make a change.
George Turman is working his way over to the home plate umpire. Here's your pitching eligibility. So already Runyon is sitting in the mid-70s. He'll have at least 3 days of rest, 73 pitches for Runyon. You could pull him from the game and save that extra day of rest. However, with a 2-run lead and a runner in scoring position and only 1 out, who do you trust more than the guy you wanted to take the ball in the first game?
Yeah, it's a tough decision, right? I think that if you're going to go deep into this championship, you're going to have him pitch again. So, in my mind, he's got a lot of pitches. He's starting to lose a little bit of that zip on his pitches, and so maybe take him out and see if somebody with some fresh life can get in there. You're going to put him at shortstop. He's still going to be in the game.
That might be the exact conversation that George Turman's having, is asking how many pitches Runyon has thrown. Because this is an important strategic decision for him. He knows that this is their X factor on this team. Looks like they're going to stick with Runyon.
I think they were probably getting confirmation that Runyon can start this batter at 73, and it's still considered underneath that threshold. That's my guess.
So Rodrigo Elizondo, who's flown out a pair of times, has a runner in scoring position with just 1 out. There's a huge lead off second for Eric Gonzalez. Excuse me, it's Diego Martinez. Yeah, 1's in for a strike. Texas has already cut the lead in half and looking for more. So Runyon now at 76 pitches. Will have 4 days of rest between now and his next appearance. That has to mean he's probably going to try to go the distance in this game. Oh, and 2. Hit down the right field line. Loose moving to it, but it'll go out of play. So Angel Vargas has been removed from the game. We knew that they brought in a pinch runner, didn't know if he would return defensively. So hope he's okay. Runyon's 0-2. Popped up, but back toward the press box. Elizondo's favorite celebrity is Tony Stark.
Incredible.
Didn't realize we were including celebrities of the fictional variety, but pretty good role model.
Pretty good guy to emulate, Tony Stark. He's got some cool gear he puts on every once in a while.
Elizondo trying to be an Iron Man, fighting off pitches and looking for one to bring the game closer. Puts it on the ground, left side, diving play, throw to first is low and late. Speed has been a killer for Texas. They've gotten on base and wreaked havoc against Easley here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, it definitely fooled Elizondo, did that pitch from Runyon, but either way, it's going to be a base hit. Really nice play by the third baseman, Whitman, but unable to make the throw in time, and it's 1st and 3rd tying run on first base, only one out.
Runner going. No throw to second. And again, Texas steals a base. Third stolen base of the inning. Ground ball pretty much anywhere gets you a run. It's 0-2. Texas has waited for their moment. Had plenty of chances, but Runyon has kept them in check. Base hit might mean a tie game. Outside corner, called strike 3. Runyon dials up a fastball on the outer edge at a perfect time and retires Carrizales for the second out.
Carrizales thought it was off the plate. He might have a little bit of a gripe, but that ball was thrown right where the mitt was for Addison, and it's out number 2 here, a huge out. Tying run on second base, 2 outs.
On the ground to second, high hop handled by Johnson. His throw to first is in time. The dirt wasn't an issue for the Easley second baseman. Runyon gives up 2 and only 2, but we've got information on one of the most important plays of this game. That bunt that ended up resulting in a throwing error by the first baseman. Johnson, the second baseman, covered for Easley, and the rule is you cannot use the orange bag on defense. That is reserved exclusively for the base runner.
Unless it's a drop third strike, where the first baseman can move to that bag for safety purposes.
3 balls and no strikes. Pitch number 91 from Vieira is in there to get back in the count. Now full count. Have to think this will be the last batter that Vieira faces. 95 pitch maximum at this level. 3-2. He got him. Strike 3. Good breaking ball, and Hughes is retired.
Well, I believe he's able to start this batter, right, because it's underneath the 95 pitch mark. So he now has one more batter to go, unless this ends in a 1 pitch out or 1 pitch at bat. He'll still be in there.
Left it high to Trip Garrett. So this will be the last batter that he faces. Garrett is 1 for 1. Single, run scored, laid down a sacrifice bunt. Texas very much in this game. Soon we'll see Runyon in the 6th. He'll have 8, 9, and 1 due up with at least a 2-run lead. 2-1 is fouled out of play. Last year, Easley went 5-2 in the Senior League World Series. United States champions fell by just a run to Puerto Rico, who were a juggernaut of a team.
They were. They had a lot of talent last year. Both teams did. Looked like Easley had it the whole way. They were in command of that last game, and it fell apart late.
3-2 popped up in foul ground. Ramirez drifts over, bangs into the fencing, and makes the catch.
What a play right here by Ramirez. He's fine, but a difficult play. Over his shoulder, reaches out and catches it, and then big time collision into that fencing. And that's going to do it for Vieira, who is now over that 95 pitch mark. He has been excellent. Got into some trouble early in the game, but ever since, he's been great. We're going to take a look at his day-to-day, and it was fantastic.
99 pitches, 62 of them for strikes, and here's what it looked like for him today.
A lot of breaking pitches for him. It was leaning on that slide.
One of the things that George Turman talked about with this team that made it so difficult to pick 16 players is there's so much size and speed in their tryouts and figuring out who was going to make this senior league roster. And we've seen that on display a little bit here. Both teams have been willing to run. Easley definitely has the size advantage in this game. Texas has stormed halfway back. The 3-1 pitch. Straightens it out, gets a strike. The payoff from Gonzalez. Tipped in and out of Vargas's glove. You have to think, Gordon, you bring a lefty in against a righty to get that out. Maybe they're not bringing him in to face Blackwell, but more concerned about the man on deck. And it's in the dirt.
Well, if they were more concerned about him, they're going to get an opportunity. What a time it would be for Easley to go back and potentially split a gap here by Runyon. You all of a sudden, Ke'Bryan Hayes, very fast. Kealan Blackwell, excuse me, very fast. And if you split a gap, all of a sudden that's another run for Easley, and they're kind of back in the driver's seat, heading to the bottom of the sixth.
See how Gonzalez attacks the lefty. Runyon shows bunt and pushes it straight back.
Well, he saw the third baseman playing well towards the shortstop, where the shortstop generally plays, and so Runyon, he's playing the game, but if I'm Coach Turman, I want Runyon to swing the bat right here and hopefully knock in a run.
0-1 runner going. And that got a piece of Runyon on the way. So Runyon reaches.
The pitch from Gonzalez just nicks the edge of Runyon's jersey, and looks like they're potentially going to make another change.
So here's the situation. Easley has runners first and second. Sawyer Luce, who came in as a pinch runner for Angel Vargas after he came up hobbling in the fifth, will hit against Eric Gonzalez. Two on, two out. Easley looking to add on in the sixth. The first pitch is a strike. Look at it, Gonzalez. His momentum almost carries him toward Easley's dugout. Does that affect his command?
Well, he also is on the, if as we're looking at it, he's on the left side, but if as the center field camera, he's on the right, far right edge of that rubber, and that's trying to create that angle into a lefty. Excuse me, into a righty. But I think to your point, he's having a hard time commanding the ball, and when he misses it, it's out and left, so maybe he's trying to counteract that by being on the left side of the rubber. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to command that outside pitch.
Hasn't gotten on top of his fastball either. 3-1. Luce's favorite movie, is Moneyball. Now the bases are loaded, and William Addison's coming up. So this might be where Daniel Becerra makes a change. And they're going to say the runner's safe at first. Rodrigo Elizondo is the new pitcher after Gonzalez failed to record an out. On the wrong bag. Big rip. Overturned. Couldn't quite connect.
This one, because it sure looked like
this might be the biggest
I thought
pitch
that they were
going
to tag. I thought Hughes was going to tag the base runner, but he turns and throws it. And, I mean, he steps on the bag. There's a big bag. It's white and orange, and he doesn't miss it. So I've got to imagine they're going to take a look at this.
2-2. Regardless, it'll be hit in the air to center. Labra coming on. He's there. He puts it away. And Texas did the tightrope walk, but they didn't fall off of it. 4-2. Chance to tie it up when we come back. Show bunt. 0-1. You know, now in this analytical age of baseball, they're teaching hitters get underneath the baseball, hit for power. That's how you're going to make money in this game. On a morning like today, you have to think that getting on top of the baseball and forcing the defense to make plays might be a better tactic.
Yeah, I think that it's always a good tactic. Trying to swing up on a baseball makes sense if you're in the big leagues, right? If you have that kind of talent. It doesn't make sense at this age. A lot of times, kids will have the wrong impression of what it means to be swinging up at the ball. The only reason you would swing up at the ball is if you're in a great position to do so at foot down. So for me, it's more about the positioning of the hitter.
Vieira flies one to center. The sure-handed Kealan Blackwell makes the play for the first out. So he couldn't get the bunt down on the first two pitches, and a flyout is a good outcome for Runyon and Easley. But this top of the order has been difficult to navigate. Labra's hit the ball hard 3 times, had a single last inning, one of the 2 runs that scored. Runyon's 6 pitches away from being pulled from this game. Ball and no strikes. Reading about Alejandro Labra, he said his favorite flavor of Gatorade is the lime cucumber flavor. Have you ever partaken?
I've never even heard of lime cucumber.
It's refreshing. It's like, have you ever
I've
had
heard
cucumber
of lime.
water?
Yes, I've heard of cucumber water.
Well, I'm saying, have you ever tasted cucumber water?
Yes, when you go to spa days, that's what they have generally as
Yes.
water.
Shows bunt. It's going to go foul.
You've never had a spa day because your body's never hurt.
It never hurt. Never. I haven't strained a day in my life.
You probably deserved a spa day after that legendary Little League outing you had.
I don't know if they have a spa day for the vocal cords, but wasn't exactly straining them after calling ball forward 19 times. Quite a different game here today than the one we watched yesterday. 1-2 pitch. Popped up. In foul ground. Hughes finds it and puts it away for the second out. Texas all of a sudden running out of opportunities.
And that's also a huge out because now he's got 2 outs to his Runyon here in the bottom of the 6th. He's below that 95 pitch threshold, so he can go at this second hole hitter Zapata and know that he's got the hole hitter to deal with.
Zapata's reached base twice. He had one of the bigger plays of the game. He laid down a bunt with a runner on second. Hughes threw it to first with the covering Johnson, Easley second baseman. put his foot on the orange bag and not the white, which allowed the runner to reach safely. Runyon's 0-1. Slider gets the outer edge. So he's one pitch away from reaching the 95 pitch mark, maybe one pitch away from getting out of the 6th unscathed. 0-2. Zapata will see another. High and outside. Laredo, Texas looking to be the first ever champions of the Senior League World Series from West Texas. They've had 3 East Texas champions. All have come from Houston. And a swing and a miss. Ends the morning for Bradley Runyon. He blanks Texas in the 6th.
Nice fastball. He'd mix in a changeup every now and then, but it was the slider fastball combination that really did the job for him and Easley, and that's why they take a 2-run lead into the top of the 7th. They've got to get 3 more outs in the bottom of this inning, but a really nice start to the tournament for Bradley Runyon and the pitching staff for Easley. We'll see who they bring in the bottom of the 7th.
4, 5, and 6 due up. Landon Robertson is 0 for 3. One thing I think is so interesting about where this Texas team comes from in Laredo is it's right by the Mexican border, so most of the kids on this team, if not all of them, are bilingual, or Spanish is their primary language. There is a Mexican baseball league team. I don't know if you knew this, Gordon, that plays south of the border. Los Tecolotes de los Dos Laredos, that play in a stadium in Mexico for 1 or 2 games a series, and then the other game plays across the border in the United States in Laredo, Texas. This is hit in the air to center.
Wow.
Labra is there for out number 1. So thought that was pretty interesting. Some notable people from Laredo. Tony Dalton, who played Lalo Salamanca in Better Call Saul. Have you ever watched Better Call Saul?
I haven't watched a lot of Better Call Saul because I did watch Breaking Bad, where his character was introduced.
Driven to right. That's a hit. You might have a play at first. The throw is going to be high and away. Diving play by Vargas to keep that from caroming back and away from the infield of Texas. 1-out single for Logan Johnson.
Yeah, you like the idea right here by Gonzalez, charging it, thinking he's got to play. Just he fumbles the transfer a little bit. And it's a base hit, but a good swing, good stop by the catcher, nice backup by him.
But another notable person from Laredo, John King, who pitches in the major leagues for the Miami Marlins. Here's a strike. Texas needs to keep this at a 2-run game. They'll have the heart of their order, 3, 4, and 5 due up. And no Bradley Runyon in the game. So focused on talking about Tony Dalton that
all these names can kind of
they
run
blend together a little bit.
We're spanning the generations right now.
Runner going, swing and a miss. So no throw down to second. Vargas thought better of it. So Easley moves a runner into scoring position. They'll sacrifice the out for that. Noah Hughes a chance to extend a 4-2 lead. First pitch on the ground to third. Carrizales gathers, sidearm throw to first, and Texas has some words of encouragement. Pitched a quality start, 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, one of which was earned with a walk and 6 strikeouts, excuse me. And Hutto will have 3, 4, and 5 due up for Texas. And you could make the argument, Gordon, that Texas has outplayed Easley through the last 4 innings of this game.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty sound argument.
First pitch, hit on a line to right, it's sinking, and in front of loose, a leadoff base hit.
Great start to the inning for the Southwest in Texas. A leadoff base runner. Obviously that run is not important, but the guy that just got to the plate now is, being the tying run, is Ramirez, the first baseman. He's got an opportunity to tie this ball game with one swing of the bat now, and what an exciting end to this game.
Can almost guarantee that Gonzalez will be in motion. How soon remains to be seen. And he breaks for second. Throw down to second was on the money, but it pops out of Johnson's glove. A good slide in by Gonzalez to steal the base. That was a strong throw by Addison behind the plate.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It seemed like a hit and run almost, because Ramirez swung at a pitch that was nowhere close to the zone with the runner going. Either way, it was a good, strong throw. If he's able to pick it, he's probably out, but unable to pick that ball, and it's a stolen base for Gonzalez.
If Texas can't come back in this game, a number they're going to look at is so far they have stranded 6 men in scoring position. And a big cut by Ramirez, couldn't catch up to the Heat. 0-2. They've tried to manufacture runs, but were held in check by Bradley Runyon. 0-2. And he retires Ramirez. No throw necessary to first for out number 1.
Really good pitch right here by Hutto. Changeup, hadn't seen that yet, but you can see really good action on that, and that's strike 3. Ramirez strikes out for the first out of the bottom of the 7th. Southwest down to their final 2.
Rodrigo Elizondo singled his last trip. You need 2 to tie, 3 to win. Runner going on the first pitch. Addison's throw to third is in time. They got it. Texas rolled the dice and easily just erased a huge threat.
Yeah, unfortunately for Southwest, I'm not sure Gonzalez really understood the timing of that. That's the second out at third base, and obviously that run does not matter. So it's a tough look, and now there's 2 outs, and they're down to their last couple strikes.
Ball and a strike to Elizondo with the bases empty. Elizondo pops it up. Shallow right. Johnson moves out. He's there to make the play and easily wins their opening game 4-2. Texas put the pressure on them all game long, but the host team has a great start to the 2020.